9 things you didn't know about Colombia. Hi everybody and welcome back to How to Expat. My name is Tasha.
My name is Sam, and at How to Expat we help expats relocate. Don't forget before we start the video that we offer Skype consultations. So if you want to ask your personal questions to us, the link to the consultation is in the description down below. So let's start with the video. We have 9 points that we didn't know and you most probably don't know about Colombia, some facts, and yeah, in no particular order, it's just a little bit random, kind of funny things that we found out while full-time living here. So you want to start with the first thing?
Well, the first thing we saw when coming to Colombia was the malls. Like, we've been to a really nice mall here in Medellin called Santa Fe, and we were like, wow, surprised, because it's such a beautiful, like, American style mall. It's modern and it pretty much has everything you need, and there are plenty, like there's so many malls all over Colombia, so we were pretty surprised about that.
Then the second thing is the people in Bogota and Medellin. So we knew that the people on the coast had a different accent, but even the people from Bogota to Medellin, they have different accents. Usually, if you understand the people in Medellin, okay, like you will understand that the people from Bogota, which are called Rolos, the coast is a whole other topic. Like, they're so hard to understand, especially the taxi drivers there.
Yes.
But yeah, every region has their kind of specific accent. So we didn't know about Colombia.
But I would say taxi drivers, it doesn't really matter where you are, you just don't understand it in general.
Yeah.
Unless they make an effort to be understood. Yeah, what's the next point?
Mindset.
Mindset. Okay, so the mindset is kind of, well, we're living in Medellin, right? This is part of the Andes. So when you go to the coast, it's totally different, not just like weather-wise and people-wise, but just like the mindset in general is so different there. So when the people in Medellin are late, they're gonna be later in Santa Marta or like at the coast, or not even showing up at all. They're more, let's call it lazy, more
Relaxed.
chilled, relaxed. Everything is not that serious. Kind of, I mean, the Caribbean vibe kind of people. So you really feel the difference. That's why it's so hard for us to talk about Colombia, because each region is so different.
Exactly. I think the next 2 points are food, so I think that you should do that.
What's it?
The breakfast.
Oh yeah, breakfast here is like a lot of food. So for breakfast, usually people eat here. Okay, this is like a Medellin thing. It's like arepas, which is like a replacement of bread. But in general, they eat like arepas, hot chocolate, coffee, beans, sausages, sometimes rice. Like, they have different kinds of breakfast, and it depends on the region, but in general you can say it's a hefty, like a really hearty meal, kind of like English breakfast style.
Exactly. One of the things too is that Colombians eat our biggest lunch from the home countries we're coming from our biggest meal is dinner, right? Usually it's dinner. We from the developed world, let's say from our home countries, we can eat a sandwich for lunch or something like that. Colombians are different. Colombians don't really eat a lot for dinner, but they eat also a big lunch. So that's also a difference. Yeah. I think that's an added point.
And the other thing is they don't like spicy food.
Exactly, yeah.
I think that's a big part. Like, it just, people come here and they think it's like Mexico, because people in Mexico, they like spicy food and all that, jalapenos and all that. But here it's not really a thing. Like, we've encountered a few Colombians that do like spicy food, but that's not the norm.
Very rare.
It's really rare. So in general, spicy food is not really a thing. Like, they don't cook spicy. The only thing that is spicy is ají. So this is like a sauce you can put on your empanadas and stuff like that. But in general, you don't get like spicy dishes unless you go to an international kind of restaurant, which is like Indian or whatever. But Colombian food is not spicy at all.
The next point is that Colombia has no season. So you most probably have known that already. But the thing is, It's in Medellin and Bogota, the weather is very, very similar throughout the year. So especially Cali, I think Cali is one of the world's places which the climate is the most stable. So I think it's top 3 or something like that. So here in the Andes, it's very, very stable climate. So you have a little rainy season, but yeah, it's just a little rainy in the afternoon. The only real thing that changes is that it rains throughout the night. Whereas on the coast, like you have the tropical, like the rainy season you would probably think of. So you have a lot of heavy thunderstorms and a lot of floodings too, unfortunately. So it's really, you cannot say Colombia has these types of seasons or these types of seasons, because it really depends on the region again. Yeah, where kind of what climate is. And yeah, we're here in Medellin, we have the perfect climate, 75 degrees. Which is around, so Fahrenheit, around 30 degrees Celsius year round. Doesn't really matter. We have a lot of sun, so almost every day we have sun. So yeah, it's pretty amazing climate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Christmas. So first of all, the Colombians love to celebrate. So if they find a reason to celebrate, they will. So they celebrate everything. It's kind of a wonder or a miracle that they don't, I don't know, celebrate the Chinese New Year or something like that. Like they celebrate
Not
everything.
yet.
Not yet. But yeah, the Christmas is not just like 1 or 2 or 3 days, or the holidays which go from the 24th or 25th till maybe the 6th or something. Like it's a whole month. They start the festivities in around December, until the last lights are taken off the streets. It can easily be February. So it may be even more than a month to be exact. But yeah, it's like Christmas is a
But
whole
actually
lot.
celebrating is like a month.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a month of earplugs, a month of like a lot of fireworks and barking dogs. I mean, you already have the barking dogs, but even more of them because of the fireworks, right? So a month at least of Christmas is the thing here.
Exactly. Then there's a national sport called Tejo. Shout out to Chris, which is the kind of the expat Tejo guy. I think the only foreigner in the Tejo league. It's kind of a cool sport. It's like cornhole, something like that. Feels a little bit like bowling. I'm not really good at it. But it's really a fun kind of social sport. I think his catchphrase is explosions and alcohol and beer. What could be better? So it's really that. It's really social sport. Something I've never heard about. Yeah, Tejo. Then the last point is Colombians grow up drinking. So drinking coffee. Sorry.
Oh yeah, like not alcohol. Well, I don't know that.
Who knows?
But we know from Colombians that my grandparents gave me coffee as a kid too, but like without caffeine. Decaf coffee, right? But here you get the real deal, right? So you're on the breakfast table with your parents and your family in general, and everyone's getting coffee. So that's just the normal thing to do here. It's just like you grow up drinking coffee here, and we just asked another Colombian. He just confirmed that that's just normal here somehow. So that's an interesting thing.
So yeah, I think that's the end of the video. Yeah, don't forget about the Skype consultation. The link to that is in the description down below. It was just a random list of things you most probably haven't known if you haven't lived here in Colombia yourself. So yeah, hope to see you in the next video.